And they're all balloons.
These are the balloons that you use to make the little flowers and puppy dogs,
Yeah.
and that the balloon twisters use out in the mall. And they had never seen anything done like that before. Clearly, because no one had ever done it before. And I did revolutionise an industry, and I am proud of that.
Did you actually patent it? Or could you have patented it? You don't.
No, but I'm proud of it because now, you know, the industry, I mean, at that time, yes, I rode the Fame Wave for a while. It was a lot of fun. But it did change the way people use that. And you go to some of the stuff they're doing in Europe now, and it is gobsmacking what they're doing with balloons. But it started there.
It's brilliant.
Because until I did that, they only ever thought about it as making a puppy dog or balloon twisting, making cute little animals or monkeys. And all of a sudden I took them to another place. And they've taken that ball and they've run with it, which is fantastic. I'm so proud of that. A few hints as to one of the things that was interesting about it. We've got the height. That part there, that torso, is me from here to here. So she is 14 to 15 feet tall. Wouldn't fit in this room. Met my husband making that, yelled at him, because he had to put the torso up onto the legs. And I yelled at him, "You can't hold it there!" He still carried.
Did you have an internal structure? Like
Yes.
other, you did.
There's
And what
a
do you mind if
frame.
I ask? What was it? What was the frame made out of?
Aluminium rod.
Okay.
And the structure is very much like you would do, like it had a spine, just like we do. So very much following the framework of a body. And this basically came about because I love doing life drawing, and I was doing a lot of life drawing at that time with my girlfriends. So we were doing a lot of that. And the previous one, that one was called Nude and Charcoal, and I'd been doing life drawing. I'd gone to enter that competition, and I went there, and I was originally going to make an emu. And then the day before I decided, you know what, that's just really naff. It's just really naff. Surely I can come up with something more inspirational than that. But I already had my stock. I was flying the next morning, so I had to work with what I had. So I do, as my little stars, lie there at 2 o'clock in the morning and mentally worked it out in my head how I was going to have a crack at this. And went there and did it. I gave myself 2 hours of my competition time to have a go and see if it would work. And if it wasn't working, I'd go back to my emu. Clearly it worked. A little balloon education for you guys. It's a balloon in the making. Balloons get a lot of bad press. They've had a lot of bad press as being environmentally dangerous. They kill fish and birds. That's a balloon in the making. It comes from a tree. A lot of the Middle Eastern countries use a lot of latex. They make it for your tyres and other things like that. But this is with balloons and condoms and things like that. Use latex, which is tree sap. It's not a chemical. It is not a plastic. It is not something that is man-made. Well, it is man-made, but it starts from a tree. They then colour it and dip it. And it's not a very good picture, but I'm sure if you could just squint and pretend it's clear. That's all the balloons out there. They've been coloured, they've been dipped, they're now drying. Now we go slightly left of field. This is glass art, Chihuly. Beautiful work. Inspired me to do that. With balloons. And not just with balloons, but with students who have never done balloons before in their life. The reason I chose that was because it actually, in this particular assignment, it didn't matter if they got the size imperfect. They were learning to use the balloons, the techniques, and we just built all the mistakes into it and made it a positive instead of a negative. They actually had lights in them. That was in Holiday Inn on the Gold Coast.
How long did that take to make?
Pretty much a whole day. It was fun rigging it with the students though, try and teach them rigging at the same time. It was a real bit of a debacle on occasion, and a bit of sometimes a Jim Pullman off the rail. No harness. But yeah, we got it done. It was thousands of balloons, but it's mostly reds, great big ones, and it was done with hoops. So we just did big hoops and then tied them together and strung it up.
What's it supposed to actually represent?
Glass art. Also balloons. You can go out there and there's a lot of, I think they call them air something or other, and they're big vinyl contraptions that you need electricity and fans for. They cost hundreds of dollars each. They're about the same size. Some of them are star shapes, things like that, so you can create the effect using quite a big budget, and it's a different look. Okay, tea time. Yes, sir. The big look, or you can go in there with the weather balloons and string them up, throw some lighting at it.
I think that looks wicked. Looks like planets.
It is. It is. You can do some really incredible things. These are 8 feet, they're 6 feet, they're less than 3 feet.
This looks like
We've got the glow in the dark, the illuminated furniture. So this is a new range of furniture that's come out a few years ago, which they make it themselves in Brisbane, I think. But they put the lights inside it. It's lovely furniture. It looks really great. But for a cocktail people, for 2,500 people, how cool is that? Moment of serendipity. We had the Lycra screens up. It was an underwater theme. They had the Lycra screens up. The guys were doing the lights behind it, and I just happened to be behind it, blowing up the balloons. And then we looked around and thought, Jesus, those shadows are effective. So we left a few of them there because it looked like a fish pond.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's what they did with the lighting. More balloons, stage effect. Smaller stage, bigger stage, and a rainbow serpent. 70 metres long.
That would have cost a fair bit too, that one, wouldn't it?
I think at the end of the day it was about $2,000. So, you know, not for the effect, not that, you know, massive.
Oh, that's wicked.
You know, you got the poolside drinks and things like that. Used to be quite the rage to put the floating flowers on the pool, and you'd be, you know, with the microscope, I can't see them. But yours truly, of course, I've always got to go larger than life. So definitely in the category of bang for your buck. All right, we're going to have morning tea. And there's, down the back of the kitchen, there's coffee, tea, and biscuits. Okay, and